guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a podcast. I'm just doing the intro now because the footage corrupted and it wasn't very good, really. Today, I am joined with Ben Eddy LFC. He is a football TikToker similar to myself. I will leave all of his links down below. He's a really, really nice guy. We had such a good chat. If you are new here, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of that. And I will see you in a bit. Enjoy the video. So, obviously, you do TikTok, as you've said. What made you start wanting to do TikTok and get into content creation?
Yeah, good question, mate. Good question. So, I think a lot about the fact of, obviously, I've got a full 9-to-5 job. What would you do? There's a question. I don't know who ever said this to me, but this is a good one. You like this? I read this somewhere, or someone said it to me. Basically, if you had, let's just say, 10 grand a month, for most people, you know, there's some people that's not a lot of money, but for virtually anyone else, that's a lot of money, right? If you had 10 grand a month every month hit your account, what would you do differently to what you do now? That's a good question to ask yourself, right? And I thought about that a lot, and I thought, obviously, there is an element of you've got to earn money to pay your bills, etc. But honestly, I think I would just talk about football. So if I had money coming in and you had, you know, nothing other than time, that's probably what I would choose to do. So then, knowing that, I thought, okay, I should do something in that space and try and create a win-win. You know, whilst I'm doing work, you lose nothing other than a little bit of time. But to be honest, it's what you'd be talking about with your mates anyway. So it's relatively low risk, other than a little bit of taking the piss out off by your mates. Other than that, you're sound. You know what I mean?
If you can handle the banter, you're more than capable to do it. I mean, it's a lovely thing. You meet such cool people doing it. Obviously, you've collabed with lads. I've collabed with quite a few LFC creators now, and it's just so fun. And you all share the same love and the same opinions as well. So nothing bad can really, apart from the people saying support your local or calling you a bit of a knobhead. But at the end of the day, I think I spoke to Liam about this, and he said, if you're leaving a bad comment on my video, I'm doing something good. So you're winning either way. So since you started doing content creation, what's been your favourite moment or a standout moment for you so far?
Well, I haven't really thought about it, to be honest, mate. I don't feel like is there one? There must be one. Just when you get some, you know, bigger creators or whatever have reached out. That's happened to me a few times. Where
George Gave, yeah.
no, but not just George. To be fair, I not just George. A few, you know, just someone likes your video or reaches out or whatever.
Yeah,
that's always quite nice. Even people not in the football content game, mate. There's someone that has about 900k followers on TikTok that is doing a cooking channel. Started following me. You know, when I first started the account, when I was probably less than 1,000 followers, I seen it and I thought, no way. And then obviously you follow him back. I've never sent a message to the lad, but yeah, just stuff like that, mate. I think I don't have a big notable moment that I can think of. But you're right. Yeah, George obviously is a massive creator as well. He's a really nice lad. I've spoke with him. I'll probably get him on my channel when I launch onto YouTube. But again, yeah, I think moments like that, meeting new people such as yourself, Jake, you know, just liaising with people doing the same thing. I think sometimes it's a bit lonely, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, mate, it's the same for you. It's a bit weird sometimes, just sat at home talking to a camera. It's a bit weird. So knowing that other people that are human are doing the same thing, and when they reach out to you, you reach out to them, that collaboration is cool.
It is a bit more accepted nowadays, obviously, because as you just said, looking at it on paper, it is. You've got your phone in your bedroom or wherever, talking to yourself, and people a bit weird. Like my mom doesn't understand it, family members and stuff like that. But obviously, doing stuff like this, people that are in the same space just do get it, and it's nice to have a bit of relatability. So
yeah, for sure. I'll be honest, mate. I don't really, in my personal life, I haven't really told anyone. It's just if they come across it, they come across it. I don't get me wrong. I've had people, lads that I play football with or cricket with or whatever, that have come across it and come up to me and asked me, but I doubt my parents now. They might do, but they've never spoke to me about it. I've never spoke to them about it. Obviously, my partner knows because she'll hear it sometimes or whatever. But I think to start with, you are a little bit, and I'm still not 100% there, but you're a little bit uncomfortable about people finding out about it, etc. But once you get past that, then you know it is what it is. You don't be talking to your mates at the pub about it anyway.
So, moving on to Liverpool talk now. Obviously, pretty disappointing performance yesterday against Nottingham Forest. Picked up all 3 points, though. I just want to ask you, what was your earliest memory being a Liverpool fan?
I'm 1996 I was born. So I'm going to imagine looking at you, I'm probably older than you are. But essentially, yeah, there you go. So probably 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. Essentially, mate, I'm that young that I don't really understand players and playing for clubs and stuff. But Michael Owen and Steven Gerrard were like the two players I loved, and I watched them for England essentially. And I know you shouldn't say that, but it is the truth. And I was just like, oh my gosh, these two are amazing. So I thought they were England players, if you will. I was then told, I'm only age 5. No, they play for Liverpool. So I started watching Liverpool through that. There's no family connections or anything. But it's at a point where I've been so many times. I've been with my dad, etc. Even my dad supports Liverpool. You know, he didn't. It's usually because of the dad, right? But it's gone the other way. Whereas because of my obsession with Owen and Gerrard as a kid, that was the main reason, to be honest. So probably like age 5, 6, I think, off the back of the fake treble season, if you will, and England building up to 2002 World Cup. It was around that sort of time period is my earliest memory. And for whatever reason, it just stuck and just grew and stuck. And yeah, here we are now.
Fair play, man. It's a pretty niche story, to be fair. Obviously, watching England, then it translating into Liverpool. So that's pretty cool, to be fair. Steven Gerrard, then, would you say is your favourite all-time Liverpool player, or is there a different one?
100%. Yeah. It's not even close. Obviously, I'm the right age as well for like when I've started watching. He's probably had a year in the first team or so. So I've seen the whole journey. And then by the time he's retired, I was probably 18. So I'm fully compos mentis. I've had my whole childhood of watching him, and he was just unbelievable. Best all-round footballer I've ever seen. I'm not going to lie and say he's the best footballer I've ever seen, because obviously, you know, you like some Messi. But as an all-rounder, if we're scoring, you know, the James Milner score, James Milner 7 out of 10 in every area. I would go as far to say I feel like Gerrard was 7 out of 10 in every area as a base level. But then there were things that he was 8, 9, 10, you know? So just, he's the most rounded, most complete footballer I've ever seen. Absolutely exceptional.
He just had that little bit about him, Gerrard, that little bit of grittiness, obviously being a scouser from the area, being his team. He just gave it a little bit more, didn't he? So I think that translated well to the fans, having that passion as well. That's one thing, you know, I coach my daughter's team. They're only under 8s, but I'm trying to get into their heads. They're young kids, but like, hard work will beat talent every single day. So you might not be the best on the ball, the best at whatever, but if you can just run, get tackles, and be a nuisance, you're going to excel. And I think Gerrard did that, and he had the ability, which made him a fan favourite throughout.
The hard work beating talent thing, but he fulfilled both, didn't he? Obviously having the talent as well. But a lot of people that have got talent will then shirk away from the hard work, which no one can ever accuse him of doing. He's just absolute freak, mate. What I'd give to have him now, unbelievable player.
So Gerrard being your all-time legend, let's say. That Liverpool squad right now, who's your favourite player in it now?
Not based on this season. I think we're going based on the last 9 seasons of consistency, but probably Mo Salah, to be honest. I don't think he's been at his best this season, but he'd probably be in my, well, I can't see that he wouldn't be. He'd be in my top 3 favourite ever players to play for Liverpool, I would have thought. I'm always conscious there's a little bit of bias for when you're growing up.
Yeah.
You're never going to replace your childhood hero. I do get that. But Mo Salah for the 8 seasons of consistency coming into this one, I'll struggle to beat that.
So really good segue onto our next point here. I already had it written down, so the fact you said that segues it perfectly. Mohamed Salah, do you think he's past his peak? As harsh as it is to say, slowly on the way down now? Because age waits for nobody.
I get that. Yeah, probably, but I do believe that to factually prove these things, you need a large sample size, and we're probably not there yet. And I do think there's context around it. I think the position he's been asked to play this season is different to the role he had last season. The players 100%. Around him, you'll never quite know. If Liverpool had just changed next to nothing from last year and carried on, would he still be? Because I don't think he was quick last season. What? Still no. Let me clarify that. He's still quick. He's still quick now, but he's not as quick. He's probably only 85% of what he was originally in terms of pace, and he was always a player that was quite reliant on his legs. So there's no doubt. But I would argue, as I just said, I think that change had happened last season, and he had arguably the best season of his career. So. Yeah. But in terms of, I guess if I have to answer you, Jake, because I'm sat on the fence like a diplomat there, probably yeah. And it is at a point where I think if Liverpool are looking ahead, they've got to decide what it is they want to be. I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve at this moment in time. I'm not seeing the direction. And if they can get money for him in the summer, it's harsh, isn't it? But it's probably the correct move.
That's the next question I had written down. Obviously, there's been talk for the last couple of years now, Saudi, whatever, offering big money. Salah is probably worth probably 40 million. And if he was to go to another European team, 40 million, I think that's pretty fair considering his age, his legacy, etc. But obviously, the Saudis, they cough up a bit more. So it is going to be a big summer for Liverpool. Obviously, Kanate's out of contract. Don't know what's happening with him. Same as Virgil van Dijk, really. He's got one more year on his contract, yes, but Van Dijk hasn't been at his peak. Still been elite. Don't get me wrong. Still been very elite. But Liverpool do have to start, and as sad as it is, start thinking about life without Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah. So my question to you, Ben, is: if you're the Liverpool owner and you get an offer coming for Salah this year, and it's a reasonable one, let's say, I don't know, let's say 50 million Galatasaray, first team come to my head. All right, Are you accepting that?
It's hard, mate.
It is hard.
Depends on the manager's plans. Probably, but if I'm the owner, yeah. If I'm the
Yeah,
owner, yeah. If I'm the manager, I'm not sure. It depends on the manager's vision and what he wants to do. I'm not convinced that with the wingers Liverpool have right now, if that's the way forward to play. There's lots of context around this.
yeah,
What's the shape going to be next season? If they're playing a front two, there's probably no need for him. If they're going with a 4-3-3, I think you need pace on one of the sides at least, arguably both.
yeah.
But I think so. Yeah, I think you probably would have to take the money, to be honest. Given that you
100%.
only got 1 year, and if it's been this year, I don't see him turning it around next season. So
No.
probably have to take the money, Jake.
100%. No, I'm with you. Like I say, with him only having another year on his contract, we're not going to extend. He can go now for a bit of money, or he can go the year after on a free. But what are the plans next year? Is Slot even going to still be in charge? That's what I mean. We don't. There's so many. Liverpool had a massive summer last year, obviously spending 500 million. The amount of changes we had, and we'll start rubbing our hands. Kind of backfired because it hasn't worked out the way we planned. Obviously, Liverpool sit sixth, battling for Champions League now. Everyone thought we'd go on to win the league. Obviously, we're still in the Champions League and FA Cups, but it's not. Before a ball was kicked, we all thought, probably yourself included, Liverpool will be in a lot better position than we are currently. So, Dominic Szoboszlai, been our best player this year. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, by quite a distance as well, I think.
Yeah.
I think the gap between 1 and 2 is probably bigger than between any other numbers in the squad. You know what I mean? Like 2 to 3 or 3 to 4.
Yeah.
It's massive. I feel like he's probably only had 3 or so, like, but at par games. Anything other than that has always been above average pretty much every week. He's very versatile. I feel like he's taken it personally, the Florian Wirtz signing and taking the place in his team, and he's just said, no, it ain't happening. Yeah, you weren't taking my place. And the versatility to play across so many different positions and be man of the match in so many different games, popping up with goals. Has he got 10 goals in all comps now? I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been massively impressed with him, and I think he's got better. He's probably one of the only ones that he's thrived in this situation. I don't know if it's in some ways I
Yeah.
don't know if it's suited him. Not obviously it'd be great if he's in a good team, but he's carrying this side right now, and it's all falling on. And you can see how much he's grown in stature.
Yeah.
I feel like a year ago, at times technically leaving a bit to be desired. But this season he's very demanding the ball. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
I'll do it from here. So in some ways, his confidence has gone right up. Fair play to the lad. Yeah, he's been really good. Really good.
Jamie Carragher did a little piece on this. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on YouTube. He analysed Liverpool's goal, and obviously the ball went back out to Soboslai, bit towards back. Where am I saying? Probably between halfway and the edge of the box, and he had the ball. And Carragher pointed out, he said, "There's two very easy passes here, down the line to Joe Gomez or behind him. I think Kirkes was there or Robertson. I can't. I think it might have been Kirk. I can't actually remember." And Soboslai actually took on his man, tried to cross it with his left, faked it, crossed it with his right, and obviously we got the goal from that. Soboslai a year or two ago probably plays the safe ball to Gomez or to the left back. He's playing with confidence and he's got that swagger about him. Obviously, he's whipping in free kicks left, right, and centre. As you said, he's playing right back, he's playing off the right, he's playing through the middle. He's got this confidence around him that he can do what he wants, and he's thriving in his team. And obviously, the start of the year, it was all talk of Verts, and obviously Soboslai's come in and stole the show. So props to you, Soboslai.
No,
So
he's been very.
Liverpool. Now go on, mate.
He's been very good. I was just agreeing. Been very good.
So Liverpool currently sit sixth, level with Chelsea and Man United, although Man United are about to play Everton in about 10 minutes. So hopefully Everton can get a result there. What would be your final prediction for Liverpool this year? Obviously, we've got West Ham next at Anfield, but fast forward to May, what can you look at and say, okay, I'm happy with that season, I'll take that?
Oh gosh, happy with the season. I don't think that will happen. The only way that can happen is Champions League. But
Champions League.
ultimately, sometimes you can get to the right answer with the wrong workings out. And
Yeah.
it would be a case of if Liverpool win the Champions League this season, because it's possible, it'll be closer to the likes of when Porter won it, when Liverpool won it in 2005, Di Matteo winning it with Chelsea in, was that
Yeah.
2012? It'll be closer to those types of seasons because in terms of week by week performance, Liverpool have been so off it, and we're in March next week. So you're talking for like 8 months. It's not
Yeah.
a blip. They've been so off it that if they do come out of it with the Champions League, I don't feel like it's been merited by a performance.
No. I mean, I'd take a Champions League any day of the week. Funny question is now, obviously, Arne Slot, second year in charge, won a Premier League. If he delivers the Champions League this year, does he stay? Or do you think there still has to be questions asked? Because it'd be wild on paper to sack a manager that's won the Premier League and a Champions League back to back. So what would be your thoughts? It's a big if, don't get me wrong, but you got to be in it to win it. Liverpool are more than in it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so Jake, in 99 times out of 100, I really mean that, in 99 cases out of 100, if you win a league followed by a Champions League, I don't even see this as a debate. But this is the one.
Yeah.
This is 1 in 100 where I think the workings out, there is still a debate there. But I think the answer would have to be just, I like to judge things on merit.
Yeah.
And if you've won a league followed by the Champions, I don't see how you could possibly sack him after that, despite the fact that it's not lining up with what I'm seeing. In terms of the problem I've got is, for example, under Klopp's one example. Another one is Arteta at Arsenal. From day one, when Arteta came in and they were 8th in the league, you were on a journey. You could see what they were trying to achieve. You could see what they were building. They don't get there overnight, but it was continuous improvement. Klopp was the same with Liverpool. I'm not seeing the direction at the moment. So I feel like Liverpool could win the Champions League. If I'm the owner and I'm making the decisions, I then wouldn't sack him because I'd feel like that is the harshest sacking in the history of football. League, Champions League, sacked. But also, if you put a gun to my head and said, can you see where this is going? Is it improving? I can't see it.
You can't.
So
there's no vision there, is there?
No. But I think, you'd have to. I think he'd probably end up gone halfway through next season, in my opinion. But hopefully not. I'd love him to turn it around and do it well because I do like him and I'm grateful for what he did last season. But this season, the football's been hideous since March last year.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't hate Slot. I've never been Slot out. Yes, he said some very questionable things, in the last couple of months. But I've truly never sat there and gone, get him fucking gone now. I think because he did win the league last year, it's brought him so much time. I mean, what was it in like December? Was it like 9 in 12 that we lost or something like that? Like he should have been gone then, spending that much money with, the champions, embarrassing, but somehow steadied the ship. We're not a million miles away from qualifying for the Champions League, still in the Champions League, FA Cup, which we really need to look at winning, to be fair. So, Arne Slot in, Arne Slot out, shake it all about. We don't know what's going on. So, quick fire questions with Ben Eddy. Salah or Prime Hazard?
Salah.
Trent or Reece James?
Reece James. I do actually think he's a better right back, by the way. I think as a rounded right back, Reece James
more
is better.
all round. Yeah. Fernando Torres or Hugo Ekitike?
Torres.
This will be a hot one. This is all over the FYP at the minute. Van Dijk or John Terry?
Van Dijk. I do think Van Dijk. It's close. John Terry was always
close?
Yeah, he was always my number one. He was always my yardstick. But I think the angle on which it was Terry over Van Dijk for a long time was longevity for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was a point, I said this about a year ago, the longevity argument against Van Dijk has kind of gone because it's been about 9 years. And he was good for Southampton for a couple of years before that as well. So for anyone to say, oh, he hasn't done it for long enough now, that argument's gone. He's done it for way more than enough time now. The John Terry thing, I know he pointed at the records. He played in a different type of team, more defensive, better structure, holding midfielder in front of him. Jose Mourinho, incredible. He is the number one before Van Dijk for me. I think he's incredible, but Van Dijk, more attributes.
100%, mate. Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola?
It depends. Do I have to just answer?
Yeah, just one word. Go on.
Klopp.
Yeah, good lad. Good answer. Dominic Szoboszlai or Steven Gerrard?
Nah, not close, Gerrard. It's not close.
Stevie G.
Yeah, it's not close. I tell you what, is there anything Szoboszlai's better than him at? I might give him, on this season, I might give him free kicks, but even then, Gerrard was crazy good. Is there anything Dominic Szoboszlai's better than Gerrard at?
Probably a haircut, but that's about it. The old classic one, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Oh, see, I'm a Ronaldo. Even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I am a Ronaldo boy.
I could argue for both of them. I think there is arguments.
Yeah.
I do think when I've seen people say it's not close, I don't agree with that. I think it is really close. I think on the physicality stance, if you played for Accrington Stanley, I think there is no. I don't mean to pick on them, just a club. I think Ronaldo in his prime is better. If it's long ball football and Messi's just looking like that and there's nothing he can do, was Ronaldo there's that dimension in the air. He'd make it work whatever turf he was on and both feet good in the air. So I think in a rubbish side, I think Ronaldo would do better, in my opinion. Yeah. But Messi with the players around him, technically, if they were both the same physicality, size, strength, speed, I don't think it would be close on that. You know, that is kind of what makes it close, is that dimension in the air.
They're two different players, aren't they? So it's hard to, it's not hard to compare, but it also is at the same time.
It is, yeah. But Messi, if I was gun to my head, Messi.
So, guys, that is the end of the episode. I hope you all have enjoyed. All of Ben's links will be down below. Go and check him out. Obviously, lovely geezer, great content as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.